me, Matt?
I think so. Can you hear me?
Are you next to me? We're next to each other.
We're next to each other. The mask is off.
The mask is off.
All right, right where it needs to be.
The mask is off tonight, you guys. This is getting serious.
Oh,
super serious.
look out now.
Serious.
My face is breathing.
Dead serious.
Mm-hmm.
Masks are off.
Yeah, masks are off for this bout.
Well, hey, welcome to the video, you guys. We've changed up our schedule just a little bit, and we're doing about every other Thursday for the live stream. We just want to keep it polished and clean for you guys and make sure we have enough content moving forward. Not that we had lack of content. There was actually so much of it. I think getting it all out to you at every live stream was a bit of work. We'll be honest here. We'd rather have quality over quantity, so we're doing every other Thursday. So hit the notification bell, subscribe to the channel, because every other Thursday we're going to be doing this live stream. We have big plans for it. We have a lot going on, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. I mean, huge announcements for today, in my opinion, and the gaming trends are even bigger. So we definitely have a lot to get to. But how you doing tonight, Matt?
Just fine. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, doing good. Masks off.
Masks
You're
are
ready.
off, man. I'm feeling alive.
Yeah.
Feeling agile.
Agile.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
The mouth is warmed up.
My jawbone's loose, y'all. Right. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Derek, how you doing tonight?
It's D-Rock.
I'm not sure he can even
He's holding
talk
down.
right
We got
now.
a thumbs
Yeah,
up. That's
he's
right.
laughing so hard. We got a thumbs up.
All right.
All right, man. We couldn't find a replacement, so we did keep him.
That's right.
I'll tell you what, man. I got a lot that I'll be talking about, but specifically around, I have a couple topics around Nvidia, and because Nvidia's kind of doing a lot of weird things lately. Because I mean, we all know, like, their products are really hard to get right now.
Extremely.
Any GPU is very hard to get.
Yeah.
I was just able to get my hands on a 5600X CPU from AMD, and it was like the only one I've seen available on retail shelves, and that's not even like the most out of stock product, you know? So, and I think NVIDIA is just doing some weird stuff. So I wanted to talk about it specifically around bringing back their GTX 1050 Ti, and that was confirmed. Like, we actually got a confirmation on that, and potentially even the RTX 2060, which I haven't seen a lot of people talk about, but it sounds like it's fairly confirmed that those things will be coming back. So we're going to be talking about that. And if you're a miner, if you're specifically, and I mean like cryptocurrency miner,
Not of underage miner.
yeah, not underage. Cryptocurrency, if you're doing cryptocurrency mining, you want to stay away from this GPU that we're going to talk about later. So that'll come up as the stories develop. We're going to be adding a topic, but the next one is going to be a freaking phenomenal topic about Apple and their new iOS 14.5 beta. We actually got to test that out here. And they have an awesome announcement coming out. Matt, I know you got to test it out.
I sure did. Firsthand. Yeah, it was awesome. It was fun.
Yeah. So we'll get into that. We don't have any footage, but we definitely have some stories.
Dang
for
it.
that.
The footage would be legendary too. I wish we did have that.
Yeah, it would be legendary.
Oh, yeah.
This is Matt.
Oh, I went on a tear, y'all.
Yeah, you went on a tear, y'all.
Derek knows what I'm talking about.
And we added in, we're going to be talking about the Nintendo Direct live event that they did, and some of the game launches we can expect for the Nintendo Switch over the next year, because I think there were some freaking awesome announcements around that, in my opinion.
Definitely a lot of titles and some interesting looking ones too, and the ones you may not have expected to see.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some ones that you were actually waiting for.
For sure.
Yeah. And they might have missed one.
Or two. Yeah. But hey, it happens, you know.
It happens.
Yeah.
So what do you got for us, man?
All sorts of good stuff. What don't I have for you is a better question.
Yes.
So GM is joining a growing list of, there we go.
I know, that's a tongue twister.
Yeah. They're joining a list or something. No, they're adding themselves to that growing list of automakers that are pledging to go fully electric. So they're actually making the conscientious decision. General Motors, of all companies, mind you,
right?
Fully electric. All of their sedans, all of their hybrid vehicles now, all of their SUVs, all going electric by 2035. And their game plan is to have a zero carbon footprint by 2040. So pretty audacious for sure. And especially for a company like GM, I mean, that's kind of Detroit muscle. That's, not what they're used to doing, shall we say?
Yeah, let's just say, that's,
we all remember the Chevy
when you
Volt.
think of GM, you don't think of electric vehicle.
No, you really don't. You really don't. And the one that they tried to put out there was not a great success. And unfortunately, it caught on fire, literally. Yeah. So it happens. But yeah, anyway, so big news from GM, that's for sure. And just again, along that growing trend of other automakers also making the switch to fully electric. And it's a whole movement now that we're going to see, and it's just going to be increasing. So I think that one's definitely an interesting one. And then we have our first FPS Boost titles from Xbox now.
Ooh.
FPS Boost, y'all.
Oh.
Yes. So we're talking.
I was just playing a little Xbox.
Yeah.
I didn't download any of the titles.
None of them. Not a one.
Not yet.
Way to go. No. So yeah. Anyway, it'll allow you on the Xbox X, Series X, and Series S to be able to play with boosted frame rate. So games that maybe normally only had a 30 frame rate, 30 FPS.
Well, and there's one that's at the top of that list that will tell you during this video, so you'll know which one to go download.
Exactly.
But we'll mention that.
Stick around for that.
Stick around.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that'll be a fun one for sure. And then we have our first ever gaming event of 2021 here. Microsoft.
Are you going?
I am absolutely going, for sure. Okay. I've got the time off right now.
Yeah. You got the time off.
Keyed in right on the schedule. Yeah. Gone for these days.
Gone.
Yeah.
Hey, is it? Well, we'll talk about it when we get there. But yeah, it sounds pretty cool. And maybe if it's local. Is it local?
I have no idea.
I mean, it's by Microsoft. They're in our backyard.
That's true. Yeah, they can't be that far, right?
They can't be.
California at the furthest.
Yeah. Well, Anyways,
yes.
Okay, man, let's jump in, man, because this first topic, as you know, I aired my frustration the last time we were live. I talked about Nvidia and RTX and trying to find graphics cards and how annoying it was. And so I'm actually kind of excited to talk about Nvidia bringing back the GTX 1050 Ti and potentially their RTX 2060.
Yes.
Now, they did an interview, I believe, with Engadget. I could be wrong on that. But they did an interview, or at least answered some questions from them about whether or not they were actually bringing these back. And I've seen tons of rumors and tons of headlines about the potential of this happening. But it hasn't really been fully confirmed. But the spokesperson did say that they were never end of life.
Interesting.
So the word bringing them back or whatever you want to call it, right?
Re-releasing or whatever.
Re-releasing, right, isn't necessarily the right term because they were never end of life, meaning that apparently they have been producing them. But that's not the case because they haven't been producing them. They actually talked about during this whole next gen RTX 30 series, they actually stopped production on pretty much everything else to get inventory met on the new 30 series. So a little shocking. I mean, it doesn't really make sense how you go from not being able to produce a card whatsoever to now being able to produce cards.
Right. I hear a spare parts bin conversation going on there in the higher ups back room there.
For sure. Oh yeah, totally. No, they definitely, I mean, either it's that, and I believe the manufacturers of the actual like dies and wafers and things like that are different companies, right?
Sure.
Or still can't produce that particular product for them because they're not at demand for it. Whereas right now, the 30 series wafer and dies are probably at demand.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredibly peaked. Over demand.
Over demand. Yeah. So they can pull their old tools down, their old equipment, or either they're at demand or they just don't have the inventory. Like it can't be done, can't be made because we're waiting on XYZ to come in. So let's pull this older line down and let's produce some of the products, the wafers, dies, and things like that for the RTX 2060 potentially, and the GTX 1050 Ti, which is why you saw the beautiful 1070.
Hello.
Which we actually still use. We still use that in the stream
still
computer.
Rocking it.
Yeah,
yes.
Still rocking it. So it's great. If they made another 2060, if they made the 2060, I think sales would be through the roof right now.
Yeah, I would have to imagine.
Yeah, we're talking like $300 to $400 graphics card right now.
People would eat that up. For sure.
Up.
Yeah, all day.
All day.
They should do it.
They should.
Nvidia.
I mean, that's really all I had to say about it. It's pretty quick and simple. The big thing was that it was confirmed to a degree from somebody from a source from Nvidia. We put the link up so you guys saw that we weren't just blowing smoke. Like, we actually read that through somebody who did an interview with them. So, hey, hopefully we can expect that in the next month or so. Because we're just not getting 30 series, and we're not getting 6,000 series from AMD. It's not happening. Yeah. Matt really wanted a 6800 XT very badly. Yeah, and he couldn't get it.
Does anybody out there have one?
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. For all those that do, congratulations. I hate you. No, you're awesome. You're great people.
Yeah. No, they're good people.
For sure. Way to be ahead of the curve.
But most of them are bad people because they're the scalpers.
Yes, well, exactly.
Yeah. Which reminds me, I'm selling that 5600X that I bought, AMD,
yes.
double the price.
And that's very reasonable. Yes. Yeah. In the scalping market, that's a hot ticket right there.
Yeah. $600. Make an offer.
There you go.
I'm just kidding. Totally kidding. I'm interested, though, Matt, because like the GM, I was interested to know more about this particular topic because I just don't see them as an electric company. Are they? Do you know if they plan on doing like a smart car? If they plan on doing electric and smart? If they're doing like, because like electric, you think of electric and you think like the Chevy Volt, right? You think of that's the product that they're going to make. You think of the Ford Focus. Obviously, it's not GM, but you think of Ford Focus, and they just make it all electric.
Right.
But it's not necessarily smart in the sense like Tesla is smart. Heck, even the Subaru we have is smart. It like has lane assist. It has automatic cruise control. It has
for sure, radar cruise control
braking.
And
it's pretty much dang near autonomous driving if you're on the freeway,
right?
No matter what the traffic is,
right?
It just will not start the car for you again.
There you go. Yeah. That's literally like the one step behind Tesla, but you can tell obviously all these other automakers are scrambling to bring in the latest tech, the newest stuff. And I do think GM will be in that category. I do think you'll see them implementing all these smart features along with the electric vehicles. So I really do think they're going to go for the gusto on this one and really kind of try to implement everything they can to be as relevant and as competitive with some of these other manufacturers, that are already doing it and already doing it well, like Tesla, like Subaru, like Toyota. There's some other brands that have really kind of been on the forefront too. And I would say to a certain extent, Ford has actually been on the forefront in a lot of ways of some of the newer technology as far as implementing it into their regular vehicles, not just the pre-production vehicles, not just the very top of the line, spec'd out, super fancy version that almost nobody can afford to buy.
I just think of Chevy, man, and I think of like Malibu.
Right.
And it's like there is no technology in that car. It once was a great vehicle, but it is not a very tech. And you have like new manufacturers now jumping on board doing, I keep saying Tesla just because they are kind of the shining example, putting a PS5 in their freaking car. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Who else is doing that? Right.
Yeah.
Is GM going to do that? I don't know if they're that cool. No, but what it does is it opens up the doors for some of these other smaller, auto manufacturers. I think we've got a link there that we can show too, like the Aspark Owl, which is expected in 2021, another electric vehicle. So there's other companies now too that are literally producing electric vehicles for 2021. There's a lot on the horizon, and that's part of the reason I think why GM has had to scramble and make this kind of commitment and make this very big decision. Some of the other major auto manufacturers are kind of in the same boat, where they're kind of leveraging, hey, this gasoline technology is older, it's antiquated, and it's not the way of the future, and we've been doing hybrids for years now, but all these other electric cars are coming out and they're really, really good now. And all these other smaller manufacturers are simply just focusing on electric cars. We have to play catch up. We have to have a stake in the market there. So yeah, there's some really cool electric cars coming out for sure. Now, how cool are the GM electric cars? That I haven't looked deeply into, but they're doing it.
We'll let you know when we get the opportunity to test one out because Yeah, that's just all I'm curious about, because I've seen a lot of the higher end companies come out with their electric cars, and they make them packed full of technology, because that's kind of what you think of in new age vehicles. Tech.
For sure.
Make it electric. Let's have some fun. And, coming off one of the, kind of big that's not really a big announcement, but kind of the big innovations from Tesla being they're essentially working towards autonomous driving. They are not working towards electric vehicles any longer. It is straight autonomous driving, entertainment in your vehicle. And I think that's the new standard, just based on, I mean, I love driving the Subaru I have, because it's super easy to drive. Like, yeah, I learned driving on a stick. I can drive a stick like no other. I'm all about the manual vehicles, but getting behind a car that will do the most of the work for you, like is nice. It's super nice.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Anyways,
nothing wrong with that. So you do get something to look forward to then.
Do I?
The all electric Hummer.
Oh! Is it? Do you think?
Oh yeah.
Is there competition against the truck?
There you go. Exactly. Yes. Against the Rivian, actually, of all vehicles, made by, produced by, I shouldn't say produced by Amazon, but it's a company that Amazon owns that has produced the Rivian. There's another new electric truck. I believe Derek may have it on the page there. The Bollinger B2. Now that one is way, way, way more exciting in my book, because it literally looks like utilitarian, just a bad mamma jamma Jeep. And yet it's not. It's a fully electric, and it's supposed to have incredible performance too.
That's
so
crazy.
What you're talking about is a vehicle that looks like that looks like the original Hummer of sorts, or looks like an original Range Rover, and yet it does 0 to 60 in like 4.5 seconds.
Wow.
So lightning fast. You're talking about like super high performance out of something that's a giant truck. So
what does that cost? Maybe, $100,000. I bet if you stick like an RTX graphics card in there, you could double that price.
Oh, you could,
right
exactly.
now.
Yeah, that $100,000 would go to 150.
Yeah,
no problem. Especially if you throw a PS5 in there too.
A PS5, 200.
Forget about it.
200,
too
man.
flat.
200.
Accepting offers, right?
Yes,
yes.
It could happen.
So yeah, it's an exciting time, man. I mean, if you didn't think electric vehicles were very exciting, or if you thought Tesla was the only one out there doing it, pay attention.
Pay attention, man. Well, yeah,
fun.
man, like I said, there's tons of announcements for 2021. Just crazy stuff going on, man. And, I'd like to hear about the next topic, which is, and maybe I need to get a little more info on it. But, okay, let me just say this. We're getting into the gaming trend. So I love the gaming trends, man. You guys like it too. We can tell based on the analytics here that you guys are watching when we do these gaming trends, because I think it's a popular topic in technology right now. There's just so much innovation with the esports kind of gaming reaching, what did we say? It was like 1.1 billion for an industry, like huge. And that's
11 billion.
11 billion.
Yes. Yeah, it was a big number though, for sure. It's as popular as it's ever been, and it's doubled or tripled in popularity.
Yeah, and it's not going anywhere.
Nope.
Just gaming in itself is huge. So there's a lot of fun topics, a lot of innovation. That's where tech really shines, is the innovation in that category. So I love bringing these gaming trends. We do it every week.
Yeah.
Derek actually puts them together for us. So thank you, Derek. We appreciate that. And then we reject them immediately and make our own.
Exactly. We laugh at them. We berate them. We rip them apart as if they were the most fragile fabric of all time. It's like cotton strips. We're just ripping them apart, just laughing all the way.
And then we put our own together.
Yeah, exactly. But it's good. It's good fun. It's good, wholesome entertainment.
We'll get it on camera.
He has no idea. Yeah.
But first up, I know at least one of your topics was this new event that Microsoft is going to be putting on, coming up very, very soon. Looks like it's like a week away.
Oh, yeah.
Is this a virtual event?
I have no idea. No, yes. That's a good question, though, right? Because at this point in time, in February, you would think with everything going on in the world, probably is not going to be an in-person event where they have hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands of people. Probably wouldn't be wise. So what do you see there?
Yeah, I'm going to take a look.
Yes, we're taking a look here just to verify, because it does seem a little outlandish that it would be small events. So they are having it in person, but not the same type of scope that you would normally see for an event like this, where you might have 100,000 people, like a stadium worth of people, all clamor together at this event. So obviously they're going to reduce the amount.
So essentially, they're hosting a small kind of. I would make it. It's very exclusive, man. I guess this is good news, though, because if everything goes well, then we see this start to develop more and more. And obviously, we want it to be safe. We want people to feel comfortable coming out to these things. But as we start with a single game or a single event,
Right.
then it's the next event. Everything goes well, it's the next event. So this one is just a couple of Microsoft's corporate executives, right? Like they have their corporate vice president of gaming, of cloud gaming,
Yes.
and their executive vice president of gaming. They're going to be taking the stage talking about some of their developing gaming coming up, whether it's AI, gameplay, game testing, things like that.
Yeah, how they're implementing AI into gaming. Right.
Yeah, and content generation. So it kind of sounds like they're going to be talking about the next year's developing products. So kind of like the Nintendo Direct Live event.
Right. Okay.
And they're probably going to air it for people to see.
That would make sense.
So cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So small in-person event, otherwise a remote event, but kind of both, kind of bridging the gap there.
Yeah, they're going to be airing it, but they'll have people there.
Yeah.
Which is nice because man, we've been stuck inside a lot and not able to do these events, man. We got summer coming up soon. It's going to, at least in this area, we're going to be getting nice weather. I don't know about you guys and where you're at, but we have about 6 to 8 months of clouds and rain.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have another 4 months of maybe sun and clouds.
Maybe if you're lucky, yeah, every other day. Yeah.
So when those months come, we want to get out. We want to do stuff. So
For sure.
I think this is good. I think this is very good. We need to start seeing some more events. Smaller is fine. Hosted smaller events, getting people back out there.
For sure.
I've wanted to do tons of it. We're in Seattle. There's tons of events, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's tons of events that normally happen for gaming, for technology, for all sorts of fun stuff.
True. Yeah, this is definitely a major hub for all of it. So,
and this is Microsoft.
and this is Microsoft. Yeah, this is right in our stomping grounds here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need to see Microsoft. If you're listening, we need to see these events.
For sure. Otherwise, we'll just show up at your headquarters.
We're gonna knock on their door.
We know where you work. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Feels really weird.
It looks even weirder. Yeah.
Mm.
No. Okay. Now it sounds weirder. Yeah. All right. So yeah, it's good stuff though. It is a positive thing overall, and we're excited to see it happening even on a small scale. And like you said, start off small, make sure it goes well, grow it from there, and as we progress into less insanity and more clarity, we'll have more and more events hopefully.
So don't go anywhere, guys, because we have a lot of good. Like the last half of this live stream is actually probably the better half. I love the topics that we're covering. Like GM was big for me. I thought this announcement for Microsoft was going to be a little bit bigger, just because I read like the first paragraph or two, and it was like, yeah,
Right.
it fell a little short. I'll be honest.
Sure.
But this next topic is actually a pretty big deal, because we see this happen so often with Nintendo and their products, and it's pretty sweet. So subscribe so you get notified when we go live, because we are... No, I'm just kidding. We're not out. We're not out. So Nintendo does their Nintendo Direct event, and in those events, they usually announce some pretty big stuff, and they definitely didn't disappoint on this one, so to speak, although it sounds like Derek may have one grievance to air, but we have a total of, I don't know how many games, probably... What is this, about 10 to 12 games here?
Oh, at least, yeah, for sure. And there may be more. These are just the ones that they're officially listing, and they have trailers for as well. So
there's like 15 games.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's like 20.
At least, probably 20 or 25, I would say.
I'm going to read them all off.
So here we go.
These are the announcements for 2021 coming to the Switch near you.
Yes.
Since there aren't theaters anymore, we're just all going to play handheld games. That's kind of how it felt.
Why not? Yeah. Handheld games and Zoom meetings, baby.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
So Fall Guys, Ultimate Knockout, Famicom Detective Games, Monster Hunter Rise, Mario Golf Super Rush, No More Heroes 3, DC Superhero Girls Teen Power.
That's the one I can't wait for. Yeah.
Matt's already pre-ordered his copy.
Exactly. Yes.
Mytopia, Animal Crossing New Horizons, crosses over Super Mario collaboration.
Double crossing?
Yeah, crosses over to Super Mario.
Oh
That's
my
a pretty
gosh.
big one, I think, because those are obviously, like their main titles right there.
Yeah.
Animal Crossing destroyed this last year.
For sure it did. My goodness.
Being able to cross over into Super Mario and Animal Crossing, whew, I'm not going to play it, but
Yes, me neither
will.
at all.
Somebody
Not
will.
in the least. But
I just think that's going to be huge for Nintendo. They're going to make a killing off that.
true, I would agree. Yep.
Project Triangle Strategy, so strategy game. Star Wars Hunters, a little interested in that, maybe.
Could be interested. Could
Not
be interested.
100% sure what it's about. Here's the next one, though.
Ready for this?
I am like, if you guys don't remember, like the Super Nintendo and playing, Zelda games.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
whatever, man. Just go watch another stream because
For reals.
I'm dead serious.
Because I played Zelda on a black and white Game Boy.
That's right. Yes.
Respect. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity expansion pass announcement trailer, and then The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword.
The legend.
HD.
Yes.
Yeah, so what was that? Derek said he played like how many hours?
Was that 200? And yeah.
No, I know.
Different Zelda game.
Breath of the Wild, Derek was like, yeah, man, I played like 204 hours. It's just a crazy game. I could have done so much more.
Yeah.
I wonder how much, if you had to think about it, could you put into time how much you played as a kid when you had these games?
Ooh.
You think it was more or less than now?
Ooh.
Put it in the comments below.
Yes,
If you're watching, do you think you played video games more as a child or less? Did it seem like more? Maybe?
Right.
Maybe it seemed like you played for like days on end, but realistically, time was just moving so slow for you. It was like an hour.
Yeah. I think I did play for days on end, which is why I can no longer perceive time. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I have no clue now.
Yeah. You are stuck in that loop. I show up, Matt's like, hey, where are we?
What's going on? What's happening now? Is it Tuesday? Yeah.
It's 9 p.m. We have a live stream.
Right.
I'm supposed to be playing Legend of Zelda.
Yes. Exactly. Collect those rubies. Yeah.
So that looks pretty legit. I'll be honest. I'm not a Switch. I'm not a handheld person, right? Like I don't play handheld games because I have a PC. I have a phone. I have an Xbox. I don't really feel the need to take it with me wherever I go.
Sure. Yeah.
But I fully understand there are people who do. People who don't want to invest all the money that I have into a PC, or people who are constantly on the go that want, especially anyone who like rides a bus or commutes long distances.
Totally. Yeah.
Like that. It's great companion to have. But for me,
Yeah.
But this game, like Breath of the Wild, this game almost got me to buy one, at least thinking about buying one at one point, just to check it out.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Like just that game alone.
Oh, yeah. And then you have Splatoon.
Splatoon 3.
Splatoon. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
3, mind you. Yep.
And Knockout City. So a lot can be said about those two. Derek was going nuts over those two.
He was going ape-do over it.
Yes. Oh, Ninja Gaiden.
Yes.
Oh, Ninja Gaiden. What?
Yeah.
Legend of Mana. Monster Hunter Rise Rampage trailer. Stubbs the Zombie and Rebel Without a Pulse. These are, wow. And that was it. So that was like 20, man.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
A lot of titles are dropping there.
You guys are giving Nintendo tons of money this year, let me tell you. Like it's going to happen. There's just so many games out there.
Got to put their kids through college.
Speaking of games, though, Matt, you got to test something out, and I'm jealous.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes, you got to test it out.
I sure did.
Yeah. How was that? You can tell everybody now.
One word. Amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it was fun. It really was. I mean, the playing Call of Duty there on the beta test, beta form, I should say. What's the right verbiage there?
So no, it's the beta, the iOS 14.5 beta.
Thank you.
Essentially, we're getting support for wow, I can't even talk.
Yes.
We're getting support now on iOS devices for not only next gen controllers but current controllers that you may already have.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a huge deal because I did a video not long ago about mobile gaming.
Yes.
And that was the #1 comment I got was like, how do I get this to work with my iPhone or my iPad? And it was a nightmare.
Just wasn't supported. There wasn't any way to do it in that time.
Yeah. But what did you hook up and what did you play?
I hooked up to the light and I played God. No, I basically, had hooked up a wireless controller there to an iPhone and was able to effectively play on, the said individual's account, we'll say, remotely accessing and utilizing that PlayStation account. And then, was able to literally play live.
But how was the controller? Like, how did it feel?
So, good question. It felt really smooth. The feedback was really, really good. It didn't have the haptic feedback, but what it lacked in the haptic feedback, it made up for in the crispness and in the literal, the minute I would make any action on the controller, it would be immediately responsive. So there was no input lag whatsoever, or no discernible input lag. And quite honestly, I felt like the ability to control or rather play the game with the controller on the phone, it was actually even more responsive with less lag, even crisper, and I performed even better than I had the last time I played on an Xbox. Quite frankly,
that's not saying much, man.
No, it's not. Yeah. But you should have seen it. Yeah.
You guys, we put out a video. It was the comparison of 60, 120, 144 hertz. Matt actually did okay. He did pretty well.
Did okay. We'll just say this. I would have destroyed myself in this most recent round for sure. It was just that much crispier, I would say, and responsive. And it really felt that much more immersive, surprisingly. I thought it would feel far more disconnected playing on a smaller screen. But with the effective resolution of the screen itself, because that's one thing you got to take into mind. With these screens getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, it doesn't always look better. And in this instance, you have the equivalent of the amount of dots per inch that you would never basically find on a TV.
Right.
And a smaller condensed version that I'm able to get very close to. And the controller with zero lag.
Tablet mobile gameplay for Project xCloud was actually really good. It wasn't, I will say this, like at least at that time, it was still also beta.
Sure.
And the response time was a little slow. You couldn't really tell because it seemed like it was like the smoothing effect where like you would go and it would start to, and then it would increase.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you start playing on the console again, it's like as soon as you hit that left, it's like ding, 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 it goes left. So like I definitely know that there is input lag, but whatever they do to offset it, maybe it is the pixels, the resolution on such a small format that it's harder to perceive that slight movement.
Yeah.
So it makes it a better experience.
It could be, honestly. And I'm not sure exactly how they're accomplishing it, but it felt as smooth as I've ever felt any gameplay.
That's good though.
Yeah, it was really, really impressive. And like I said, it performed so well that I performed even better. Yes.
So we have a new iOS that's going to immediately make you better at gaming.
That's right.
So it gives you the ability to buy a 3080. You can auto aim with it on Call of Duty.
Invincible, you say?
It's invincible.
No, yeah. Good deal. It is amazing. He's not lying. You probably can't hear him, but it is amazing.
He's telling us how to cheat.
Yeah, exactly. He's giving us all the codes.
He's just telling us how to cheat. So yeah, beautiful. There's a lot of support there. We've kind of all been waiting for iOS. They are usually a step or two behind in this realm.
Sure.
And it sounds like, based on what Derek said, there's also button mapping capabilities, which is super nice. I don't know if it's for every controller or if it's per game or if that's exclusive to the PS5. But no, not exclusive to the PS5. So there's button mapping, which is nice. It's super nice. And I'm interested to try it out because, I'm interested to get a new controller, to be honest with you. Because that Elite Series 2 controller kind of went out on me pretty quick. I should have got the insurance and I didn't.
Yeah.
So anyways.
It was a bit of a letdown, though. Whereas this, at least the controller I utilize, and I'm not entirely sure with the brand. I'll have to get back to you on that.
The controller's great.
It was awesome.
Don't get me wrong. The controller, well, you used the DualSense controller.
Ah, yes. There we go. Okay, the DualSense. Yeah, very impressed there, for sure.
Maybe we'll do that. We'll do a video. The Xbox, the Elite Series 2 controller and the DualSense controller.
Yeah, side by side.
And we'll pair them up and see what kind of mapping you can get, what kind of capabilities you can get.
There you go. Yeah.
Through iOS. And, anybody...
We'll check it out. Yeah, do we have any questions or comments there in the live stream? Legendary. My brother.
Legendary.
Well, thank you. And you too.
And you too. Yes.
You're awesome, though. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
That's it for the gaming trends, guys. We're going to jump right back to the last two topics. And then we have at the end, we have the viewer questions. So definitely stay watching because viewer questions are always fun. Sometimes we get thrown a curveball and it can be exciting.
Yeah.
Or it's not.
Or not at all, but we'll make it sound like it's exciting.
Yes, we'll make it sound like it's exciting.
Or it might just be a question that you're like, hey, that's a good question. I wish I would have thought to ask that. Or I did think to ask that. Somebody else asked the same question. That's brilliant.
You did.
Yeah.
Very brilliant.
You never know. But if you stick around, you'll find out.
I do know what you need to know right now. If you are Ethereum mining, apparently Nvidia was trying to limit performance artificially to the 3060 GPU, so you would not be as effective at mining Ethereum. And this is kind of a double-edged sword here, right?
Sure is.
Double-edged sword, man, because like inventory is a nightmare right now.
Right.
And people are buying up as many GPUs as they can to have these GPU mining rigs.
For sure.
And it's very effective at mining Ethereum, which is basically was at an all-time high. I haven't checked in the last week or two because I'm not that glued to it.
Right.
But it hit like $1,700.
Wow.
And that is massive.
It sure is, yeah. I used to have several. Used to,
yeah. No, I actually, when it first hit an uptick, I had like an old wallet that had something in it. Somebody like paid me with it or gave something happened, right? And I had some.
Sure.
Maybe it was from somebody else who was mining or blah, 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 whatever. I ended up getting like $350 or something like that, 250 or whatever it was. And it was just like a little bit that somebody had given me a couple of years ago. And I logged into the wallet when I saw it go up. And I was like, heck yeah, man, I'll take it.
All right.
Done.
Out. Yes.
Done.
Yes.
We actually have an old mining rig.
Ooh, look at that. Yes.
The problem is...
the problem is
that mining rig is... It's so inefficient with power that it costs more to run it.
Uh-oh.
And you lose like 50 cents a day.
Ooh, yeah, that's not good.
So the only way you can ever run that thing again is if...
Lease it out to some idiot for $1.50 a day.
Put it on like a farm. No, you can put it on a farm on like somewhere where electricity is super cheap.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
You could do that or find somewhere where the electricity is part of what you're paying for where you're at.
Oh,
like
sure.
Some places the
cost is included.
included.
Now, do you think a lot of people are still getting away with that though, where they have the electricity cost built into their unit? Let's say,
if you're running,
and they're running like an entire mine.
God no, no. If you're if
you're making $20,000 a month in mining,
absolutely,
and their bill is through the roof, and somebody's just going.
They might for like one machine because it would be like running a computer 24/7, like a gaming all the time.
Yeah.
Or having like a couple gamers in your house. Like it's not going to be more than that. I mean, I think the power supply is like 450 watts on it. But the thing is it's running at like 100% all day.
All day.
Yeah. So it's drawing that power all day, whereas your computer fluctuates up and down, up and down, up and down. So yeah. Anyways, Nvidia basically said, and he's probably already put the other article up there. At one point, The Verge was like, "Hey, Nvidia's gonna nerf the performance of the 3060 because all these people are mining Ethereum." And then Nvidia was basically like, "Well, either we're changing our minds or no, we're not, because that's dumb." It's a double-edged sword, you know. Like, yes, we want more inventory for gaming, but we
clearly.
Yeah, but we can't take that away from people who are legitimately buying them.
Right. That's true.
Do I think it's 100% right that people are buying like, 20, 30, 40, 50 at a time? Well, I mean, they have the money, right?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, it's an unfortunate
They're
thing, but you
not
can't deny
reselling
them.
them
And they're not
for
reselling them
profit.
and scalping them. Right.
If they're scalping them, then I don't agree.
Then that's a different story. Yeah.
But the other thing is, yeah, no, I wouldn't. It is what it is, man. Don't take performance away because you don't like what they're doing with it.
Exactly, right. Right, because then you lose your own integrity.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and then what's to say, well, we don't like this game that you're playing, so we're going to take performance away.
Right, and then just look at, let's say they have an argument on the back end of things on a business deal that goes awry, and then they make certain decisions based on that.
Right,
And
now this AIB manufacturer, now we're giving these lesser cards because we don't like the way that they tune them.
Exactly.
We don't like the way that you overclock with them, so we're going to tune them differently so you can't overclock as well. So now you have to buy the ones that we have because it's like it's a slippery slope. It starts here with how they tune their performance to potentially save the consumers.
Right.
But the reality is, Nvidia, just get your manufacturing right.
Get it together and produce way more graphics cards, and it'll be fine, guys.
And
that's what it comes down to.
That's what it comes down to, man.
Yeah.
There's or keep your prices high and keep moving the way you're moving, and you'll be just fine.
Sure.
But let everybody know, hey, we're not doing anything. We're not doing a thing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. It's called fair play, and it's called we can't do a little bit of good that's going to cause a lot more harm in the big picture. Not worth it. Yes, so.
Like I said, man, I was playing Xbox for a new video that I'm working on.
Yes.
Working on 2 new videos.
The works. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
First one is going to be out probably within the next couple of days. The next one is about a monitor that actually did a really good job at the Xbox Series S. The Xbox Series
X. Oh yeah. Whichever one of the two.
Whatever it was, I played it and it was great. It was a great monitor, phenomenal monitor in most respects. But I didn't know that some of the other games had got a FPS boost. Did you see which ones did?
I didn't see one specifically. We can reference those. I do think it was several of the really popular but slightly older titles. Far Cry 4, Sniper Elite 4. Yes. Ooh, UFC 4. Basically the 4th edition of every game. No, and Watch Dogs 2, because 4 doesn't exist yet. Yeah. So you're seeing frame rates jump from 60 all the way to 120 frames per second for a game like the new Super Lucky's Tale.
Here's our recommended download, you guys.
Yes.
New Super Lucky's Tale, 120 FPS upgrade in the Xbox platform. So go download that. You're going to get 120 frames per second in game. If you don't know how to hit that with your Xbox and you're not using HDMI 2.1 TVs right now, then comment below or comment on the channel somewhere and we'll be able to help you out with that.
For sure. 100%. It's all in the settings.
Once the feature goes live, players will be able to open the Manage Game option and find a new menu called Compatibility option. Here, players can turn on features like Auto HDR, FPS Boost, if it's available in the game they're playing. Meanwhile, a small icon will let players know if FPS Boost is on once they press the Nexus menu, which is actually nice.
Yeah, that is a nice little touch. So you know when it's on rather than having to forget, like, oh, geez, I changed a bunch of settings. Wait, is that on right now? Can I tell the difference?
Yeah, I will say that's the biggest nightmare right now with Xbox is I can't tell you how many times I changed the settings just to make that one video.
Right.
And it's like, dude, it would be awesome if I plugged in an HDMI and the Xbox was like, oh, we sense you have this HDMI.
Yeah. Here's your optimized settings. Did these look good to you?
Oh, you want to play a 120 FPS game? Let's ask you a question when you open it.
Right.
Would you like to play this in 1080?
Yes.
1440 or 4K?
Exactly.
Oh, would you like to play it in 120 FPS mode, or would you like to play it in HDR? It would be phenomenal if we got to that level. And there are abilities to do that.
Yes.
They're 100%.
They absolutely could.
Like if you can control your volume and how your TV interacts with you and changing settings all through an HDMI and do all of that only through telling your Fire TV voice commands. Dude, we can figure out a freaking... We can figure it out.
We're there, man. We're there. Yeah.
So we're wrapping up. We're getting towards the end of the video. We thank you guys if you did watch this. Again, this is going to be every other week. We have some bigger plans. We want to do some fun stuff on this live stream, and I think going every other week is going to allow us to prep and plan for that a little bit better. So if there's anything you want to see, put it in the comments below. Absolutely, because we'll introduce what we can, popular topics, and our own fun into the actual video. So definitely subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can see when we do these every other Thursday. And we've been, throwing a couple videos out in between as well. So go check those out on the channel. But we're going to jump into viewer questions. We just got a few minutes left, 10, 15 minutes left here. And we want to get to our viewer questions. First up.
First one.
What do we got?
What's the question?
Matt, you're supposed to have the question.
Oh, jeez. Oh, boy, with the questions. Oh, boy. Hold on. Let me double check here. Yeah, I've got an empty list here. I don't have viewer questions here.
Have the question.
Where are the viewer questions? Seems to be the first question. Yeah. Anybody else out there have a question?
Anybody else have a question? So no, this question was interesting because if anybody else read this question, it would make zero sense to anybody just watching this video and seeing what this guy wrote. But it's under cable management, Derek.
We got it. There we go.
So the question is basically, and I can't even read it word for word because it's like how he mounts his radiator in a specific way, but he uses the word like thingies and, and some other stuff.
Into the dealie, into the doohickey.
Into the rod. And
the,
It's kind of funny because when I read it, I laughed. And I laughed because I understood the question. I fully understood the question.
I know exactly what he's talking about.
Yes, 100%. And it has to do with if you mount your tubes up on your radiator in the NZXT H510 case or 510i, it's got that bracket in the back that curves up. And you have the two pipes coming over and this bracket. And what happens is it doesn't want to go in because it hits that bracket.
Right.
So you have to either curve it around and shove it in, or on the bracket, there's these two screws that you move and it allows it to come out a little ways. So you can tuck it behind there and then tighten it a little and then it will stay like that.
Gotcha. Yep.
I hope that made sense. I covered my face as I did that. But anyways, it's an interesting question that he asked. No one's ever asked me. That video's been up there for a year.
Wow. Yeah.
Apparently nobody's ran into that before.
Nobody else.
Or they just knew that they could unscrew it from the back. So I don't know, man. It was hilarious because I understood the question, even though the question was ridiculous.
Yes.
Well, Matt kind of answered the second question that we have already.
Sweet.
Apparently, if you give him this nice phone with a good controller, he's automatically a better gamer. And that's what the next viewer had.
It's true. Proof is in the pudding.
Proof's in the pudding.
Yeah.
Proof is in the pudding. Proof. In the pudding.
In the pudding.
Is iOS 14.5.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't own, I have one iPad that I don't use that often.
Who's diehard?
I'm diehard, man. Yeah. Super diehard. But, hey, having that capability, it kind of makes me want to get something.
Yes.
Although I don't need it.
I don't
need it whatsoever. I'm just saying.
No, but they'll get you.
So
sooner or later.
This, and you can put the question back up just in case. But essentially, this somebody had asked a question, and I've gotten this once or twice, but not worded in the same way. Essentially, this person is asking, "Hey, I console game. I'm exclusively on a TV. I've been exclusively on a TV. I play Warzone. If I get a gaming monitor, will it basically make me a better gamer?" Well, I mean, if Derek asked me that question, I would tell him, There's no way.
Stick with the TV, bro.
Stick with the TV.
It's going to be the best. Yeah.
Invest as little as you possibly can.
For sure. Yeah.
Please.
I would just get closer. No, yeah.
Just don't, just stand about a foot closer and you'll be way better.
Stand the whole time, too. Yeah.
Stand.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yes. And drink a lot of water before you start your match.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Tons. But the reality is, I mean, my opinion is like 80% of people who get a gaming monitor who have never used a gaming monitor before, that get the right gaming monitor, that have the right system, that follow the right steps to be able to get the performance increases that you need to get. Yes, 80% of those people will absolutely be a better player if they get a good gaming monitor and set it up properly. For those 20% like Derek,
Sure.
there's no hope.
Yeah. It's just
There's
doesn't matter. Yeah. Won't make a
Totally
difference what you do. Yeah. It's not for everyone.
yeah.
But yeah, chances are it will definitely increase your gaming performance for sure. Again, like you said, if you get the settings,
your controller
dialed
across
in.
the room,
Yeah.
and rage quit, you might be a TV gamer.
You might be a TV gamer.
And a gaming monitor may not be for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Just what it is.
Sorry, did I interrupt you, Matt?
No, not at all.
No. No. Never. You never interrupt me. Yes.
No, yeah. No, we're good.
We're good. At the end of the videos.
Yeah. This will be the last
It's
stream.
gonna be out.
It'll be just me
I'm
from
done.
now on.
Give up. I can't work under these conditions.
Exactly. Yes. How's an actor of these propulsions supposed to work under these conditions? This is preposterous, man. I quit. Immediately this interview's over. Yeah. Oh, sorry, broke character. Hold on. Yeah.
I'm out.
Exactly. Yeah. Throw my secondary invisible mic down. That's the
right.
move.
Yeah, we
You
don't have
to
this
throw
one.
the-
You have to-
yeah. Can't throw this out of the way, man. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Good question.
Okay. Well, hey, we have a little bit of time here, but we're not going to use it.
Gotcha.
We started on time, you guys, so we're going to end on time. We're going to be
That's right.
early
Yeah. It's our time. You can't have it.
in this video, okay?
All right.
But I want to let you guys know, don't back away just yet, because I have one more big announcement. And that big announcement is we're going to be going live every other week. Derek's laughing over. Every other week.
Every
on
other
Thursdays.
Thursday.
So 9 p.m. Eventually, as long as this gets more popular, we're going to be getting earlier and earlier and earlier. Probably not that early, but definitely a little bit early. We still kind of want to be like that late night go-to live stream, because not a lot of people do that, and we want to do things differently.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, we don't want to be just the norm. We don't want to be every channel that you watch that already does tech stuff. That's why we're covering GM electric cars and freaking random FPS Boost titles on Xbox.
Exactly.
Not every tech channels are going to be talking to you about. Well, okay, that's not fair. We talked a lot about Nvidia.
That's true. Yeah. And they will definitely be talking about Nvidia. They will be beating a dead horse.
Yeah.
And we're all about just, exploring the farm. you know?
And I have yet to see. I mean, there's a lot of channels that do like viewer. They go to the mailbag, or they view questions and things like that. But it's not like a segment that they regularly do.
Right.
Somebody sends them a super chat, and then they do it live. I'm not saying that's
yeah.
a bad format. Like, that is their format.
fine.
It works for them.
Yeah.
But we want to do things differently.
Totally.
So hit the notification bell so you see when we do those lives, and definitely comment on the channel. Go check out the channel. We have 80 plus, almost 90 videos now that you guys can check out. I'm sure there's a topic on there for you. I guarantee it. It's on there. If there's not, you can message me. I'll make one for you.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
That's my promise.
Let us know if there's not, for reals.
For reals.
Yeah. But leave a comment down below. Any kind of engagement, any kind of comment, or any kind of suggestion is always appreciated. And who knows, it might create some interesting conversation.
Absolutely. And I do know that one of our new live streams coming up is going to feature the new PS20.
Ooh, am I going to be in it?
There's going to be leaks of the PS20.
Ooh,
Yes.
PS20, guys.
Yeah.
Only known about in Japan, mind you.
Only known about
We have
in
an
Japan.
inside source here.
Yeah.
Inside.
Yeah, the PS25 is going to be legit. Yeah.
Say 25? I swear you just said 20.
No, the PS30.
Oh, geez. The technology moves so fast, you guys. It's hard to keep up with.
Anyways,
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it, you guys. That's the end of our stream. We appreciate you tuning in. We got 5 minutes left. We'll probably stick around, let the music play, hit like, hit subscribe, share with your friends, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.
Indeed we shall.
All right.
Stay classy, San Diego.